Hello, I'm Ouch110. I'm back with another review. Tonight I'm reviewing Bvlgari pour Femme. Magnificent fragrance. I love this one so much. I've been meaning to do it for quite a while actually, so I'm glad I'm doing it now. This is a floral fragrance from the famous jewellery house. It came out in 1994 and it's been repackaged recently-ish. I'm really hoping that hasn't changed the formulation. I haven't tried it, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed because it really is a really beautiful perfume. So mine's the EDP, or the Eau de Parfum. I've never tried the Eau de Toilette, so I don't know if it differs in scent or if it's just a less concentrated version. I'm going to stick to this. I do find with myself that I don't tend to veer off very much when I find kind of something that I like. When it comes to kind of flankers, I won't veer off. Well, apart from kind of Terry Mugler, Angel and Alien, but that's different. Yeah, so I'm sticking to this one. This is it. I've used quite a lot of mine, as you can tell. It's one of the most awkward bottles I've ever had to spray, because it's so wide, it's very hard to, unless you've got kind of big hands, which I haven't, to get a good on yourself. So I just swallowed like a million violet flowers then. So, yes, I'll tell you what's in it. You've got quite a list going on here. I'm going to sneeze, I can't believe it. So you've got quite a list going on here. You've raspberry, unusual for what this smells like, orange blossom, apricot, Sichuan pepper, coriander, bergamot. I have to correct myself all the times. I've been calling it bergamot for so many times, so many years, trying to be fancy, I guess. Carnation, and then the star of the show, violet. This is essentially a violet fragrance, and it's the best one I've ever smelled. Then you've got the heart notes are rose, lily of the valley, heliotrope, jasmine, iris, and orris. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 powdery smelling notes there, which kind of makes sense. And then the base notes are amber, sandalwood, musk, benzoin, cedarwood, vanilla, and then the interesting note that I find in the base is green tea. Obviously that's a very sharp, I would consider it a top note when you look at the way things kind of smell. Look at the way things smell. You can't look at a smell, but when you look at it on paper how things smell. But this has green tea in the base, so I think that kind of adds to the way it smells in a fresh way. So as I said, mine's the Eau de Parfum, mine's 100ml, and I'm going to use it up pretty quickly. It's just amazing. So yeah, that's it a bit closer if you want to see it. Kind of frosted glass around the side, goldness going on. They're a jewellery company at the end of the day, aren't they? So they want, their bottles are kind of very, I would say, simplistic. A lot of them are shaped like this, apart from they have this Omnia range, which I think is a very unusual, weird, verging on hideous way to have a perfume bottle. It's like 2 links together, but anyway. So I'll start by saying this is the best Bvlgari fragrance that I've ever smelled. Or not, well, best, favourite. It's my favourite Bvlgari fragrance I've ever smelled, and I've smelled quite a few. I do own Bvlgari Rose Essential, which is kind of like a spin-off of this. I just said I don't do flankers, but it's not, I wouldn't call it a flanker, it's almost like an entirely new scent. So, review here, by the way. Ding! So yeah, this is essentially a violet fragrance. A lot of people on reviews that I've read get different things from it, but this is hands down violets. But this is, let me just put it down because it's like I'm holding something that I'm fiddling with. This is violets dressed up in a slinky black dress and gold jewellery. It's the most glamorous violet that I've ever smelled in my life. You always think of violets as being powdery, dainty, subtle, I guess, slightly ethereal. This violet fragrance is a lot more bold. There's a lot of stuff backing it up, obviously, but the violet is what prevails, and it's just carried upwards by all of these other beautiful powdery and strong floral notes, like you've got jasmine in there, and apparently it's sambac jasmine as well, which I think is really cool, carnation and orange blossom. So it's, I don't know where to start with it really, because it's just, it smells very elegant. It smells glamorous to me. It smells like something you would definitely wear in the evening, although it's not so heavy that you could wear it every day. It's completely inoffensive in that way. And I will say, one of the best things I like about this fragrance is it has the perfect amount of sillage or sillage or waftiness, as I call it. Some fragrances, you know, they get eaten up on your skin. Some of them just dissipate into the air. The way this one projects is just perfect. Even though it's an EDP, it's not one that if you overspray you're going to knock people out. It just has this perfect sillage balance. So that's why it's kind of a winner in my books. Even though I'm a self-proclaimed heavy hitter lover, this one, it just fits perfectly. I don't know if it suits me, but I like the way that it throws itself around me. So yeah, so as I said, it's ultimately violety. The opening has this perfect spiciness. It's in no way a spicy fragrance, but coming from a pepper and a kind of floral spice perspective, carnation, it's got the same kind of spiciness as Dolce Vita does by Christian Dior. That is a very sweet fragrance. It's kind of vanilla-y, but it does have this kind of Coca-Cola-y spice to it. Review here again, by the way. But yeah, it's like a perfect amount of spice. It's got a perfect balance between something that's light and powdery with a bit of a kick. So it just smells incredible. I don't know. I'm trying to not let myself gush over it, because I can tend to do that when I like something a lot. But yeah, that's kind of it for the opening. It's a lightly spiced violet that just smells glamorous and exquisite. Is that a good word to use for when you like something so much? I would call it exquisite. It smells like money to me. It does smell like someone that's wearing gold jewellery and looks fantastic. But on the flip side, it could be seen as casual. So it's kind of a mixed bag in that way. But I feel like it's more glamorous than it is casual. The first time I ever smelled it, I've mentioned this in one review before, was on a drag queen, and it just made my senses go ding. I just had to ask what it was. It was Bvlgari Femme, and this is one of those transportation fragrances. Every time I smell it, even to this day, I'm transported to that party, that drag queen, that smell. So I never get tired of it. It's amazing. So that's that for now. So just to talk about the base, the base, when you look at what it is, the notes that are in it, it does have a lot of typical base notes and a lot of combinations of base notes that you would find in a lot of fragrances. This is what I find really interesting about perfume. You can read the same base notes over and over and over again, but the way that the top and heart notes carry into it is what completely changes it. The base of this doesn't smell like you would think, looking at vanilla, looking at musk, looking at sandalwood, looking at amber, those typical players in a fragrance. The green tea, it is what keeps it lifted and light, even when it's dried down. It does hold on to violet the entire time, but it holds on to this almost kind of pristine glamour. I don't know if that makes sense in anyone else's head, but it's kind of, it never dries down to a warm, fuzzy, sandalwood, woody, vanilla kind of smell, amber. It doesn't smell like that. It does stay in a higher pitch, if that makes sense. And I think it's just this green tea, I think it carries the base into something that keeps it beautiful and just, I don't know, I get lost for words sometimes. It doesn't go warm and fuzzy on our ass. It just kind of stays really pretty. Just I sometimes get from it a very real petally kind of smell, which usually I'm not too fond of if it's a bit muddy, but it's a very pristine petally smell with violet holding the crown. So it lasts for a really long time on me. I don't know about anybody else, but it does stay on you a long time, and you catch yourself getting, you know, whiffs of it. I do throughout the night, and it reminds me I'm still here. You're still wearing me. So this is an absolute gem in my opinion. It's exquisite. I love it. It's a glamorous violet that I think would suit an amazingly classy woman dripping in gold jewellery and amazing heels. So that's my review of Bvlgari pour Femme. I'll see you guys really soon. I'm reaching 1,000 subscribers soon-ish, I'm hoping. So I'll be doing a giveaway then as well. So look out for that. I'll see you guys really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.